We have breaking news. Israel has launched a massive series of attacks on Iran, taking out key nuclear sites and killing a number of top military leaders.
Israel is saying that this is really just the start, and they are preparing, they say, for some very intense days ahead. Israeli fighter jets streak off into the night, dozens of them. Hours later, the impact was becoming clear.
Moments ago, Israel launched Operation Rising Lion.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced the attack last night. It was an operation that involved not just an air campaign, but Israeli operatives apparently working on the ground in Iran. The targets, Iranian nuclear sites, scientists, and military leaders.
We targeted Iran's main enrichment facility in Natanz. We targeted Iran's leading nuclear scientists working on the Iranian bomb. We also struck at the heart of Iran's ballistic missile program.
Israel has already been fending off air attacks this morning. Posting on X, Iran's supreme leader threatened to retaliate. That Zionist regime, he wrote, should anticipate a severe punishment. By God's grace, the powerful arm of the Islamic Republic's armed forces won't let them go unpunished.
Well, I'd love to avoid the conflict.
Just yesterday, prior to the attacks, President Trump said he was trying to avoid this, hoping to continue nuclear talks with Iran this weekend. But he has also said repeatedly that Iran cannot have nuclear weapons, and these attacks could be a significant setback for the regime.
Trying to really dismantle and rubblize the key nuclear sites in Iran so that Iran can never get back to being as close as they were to a bomb before last night.
All right, now the president has posted about this on Truth Social, saying that Iran has another chance to come back to the negotiating table here.
I don't know if Iran will come to the table if they're under attack from Israel, but let's watch some more updates of what's going on right now.
Iran threatening retaliation after Israel attacked its nuclear facilities, killing 3 high-level leaders.
Iran is also questioning what the White House knew about this attack. Brendan Goldner is following the breaking development. So, Brendan, what's the latest?
Good morning, Jim and Janelle. Israel is under a state of emergency as its military began shooting down drones. It says Iran launched overnight in response to Israel's preemptive attack. An Israeli military spokesperson said Iran is secretly building a nuclear weapons program, adding Israel had no choice but to attack now. Intense escalation in the Middle East. Damage and debris littered the streets of Iran's capital city after Israel launched overnight airstrikes. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said it was a preemptive attack focused on Iranian nuclear facilities.
Targeted military operation to roll back the Iranian threat to Israel's very survival.
International watchdogs say Iran has increased its stockpiles of highly enriched uranium in recent years, which the country says is for civilian use, like nuclear energy. But a spokesperson for the Israeli military overnight said Iran is secretly building a nuclear weapons program.
The Iranian regime has called for the destruction of the state of Israel, planning and advancing concrete military plans to do so.
Following the news, the White House said the Israeli strikes were unilateral, without any American involvement. But Iran's foreign minister said the attacks couldn't have happened without the coordination and approval of the United States. In Israel, air raid sirens blared the skies as Israeli hospitals began preparing wards underground. Earlier this week, the U.S. began suggesting non-essential staff and their families evacuate nearby Iraq due to heightened security risks, amid word Israel was ready to launch an operation in Iran.
We have a lot of American people in this area, and I said, we got to tell them to get out because something could happen soon. And I don't want to be the one that didn't give any warning.
The overnight attack calling into question the future of planned U.S. talks with Iran about its nuclear program.
So President Trump should be trying to contact the Iran's president to try to come up with peace talks, to have them disarm their nuclear weapons that they're developing in their country, because there's way too many radicals in Iran. And this is why we've allowed in the past administration to let that country go unfeathered and have communications with China to help fund them in creating these nuclear weapons. And now the U.S. being involved, we do not want to be involved in that war. Right now we're having a war in our country with the mass deportations. And we need to take one thing at a time. We can't get involved in so many wars at once. This isn't going to be good for all Americans in the end. And so I'm hoping that Iran, even though they're under attack right now by Israel, will still be willing to sit down at the table and talk to President Trump and say, hey, let's have a deal. Because right now, Israel's being threatened so much by Iran. That's why they're jumping the gun and they're saying, you know what, we're going to attack now. And just to prevent, our country from being completely eliminated by Iran. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. Till next time, peace out, everybody.